The rain poured in silver sheets over the small town of Maplewood, a sleepy, green place where secrets stayed buried under the whispering trees and people knew each other's coffee orders better than their birthdays. On this particularly stormy afternoon, Ethan Miller, 32, ruggedly handsome, a single father with calloused hands and soft eyes, stood under the canopy of his tiny flower shop, watching as people hurried down the street. The bell above his shop's door jingled every now and then, but business was slow, like always. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, sat cross-legged on a stool inside, humming as she colored in a princess book. She glanced up at him every now and then, her eyes reflecting curiosity and concern, but Ethan's attention was fixed across the street. Something unusual had caught his eye, a bride, in a soaked, expensive wedding dress, running down the road barefoot, mascara streaming down her cheeks. She stumbled, her veil dragging behind her like a ghost, and Ethan's instincts took over. He rushed into the rain, catching her just as she collapsed onto a bench outside the coffee shop across from his. Her body shook with sobs, the kind that carried a weight far heavier than the wet gown clinging to her skin. Without a second thought, Ethan removed his coat and wrapped it around her shoulders. "Are you okay?" he asked gently, crouching to her eye level. She didn't look up. Her voice was choked when she spoke. "I couldn't do it," she whispered. "I couldn't marry him. He doesn't love me. He just wanted the money." Ethan blinked. He hadn't expected this. He looked around. Sure enough, across town, there were already people in tuxedos running in their direction. Probably the groomsmen. "We need to go," she said suddenly, grabbing his hand with desperation. "Please. Help me. Just for a little while." And just like that, without a name or a reason, Ethan found himself helping a crying bride escape her wedding. They slipped into the alley behind his shop and entered through the back door. Lily looked up with wide eyes. "Daddy, why is there a princess in the kitchen?" she asked innocently. The bride forced a smile through her tears. "Hi, sweetheart. I'm just visiting." Ethan gave Lily a reassuring nod and asked her to continue drawing while he guided the woman into the back room. "You can stay here for a while," he offered. "You need to rest. You're safe now." She looked at him, really looked at him, for the first time. There was a fire behind her exhaustion, an intensity that surprised him. "I'm Aurora," she finally said. Aurora Sterling. The name rang a bell in Ethan's mind, and not just because of the fairy tale. Aurora Sterling. Billionaire heiress. Sterling Pharmaceuticals. The bride running through town wasn't just escaping a wedding, she was running from a dynasty. "I know who you are," he said quietly. "And you still want to help me?" she asked. "Even though I'm her?" Ethan nodded. "Money doesn't impress me. But someone brave enough to run away from a golden cage, that's something else." Aurora stayed hidden in the back room for the rest of the day. Ethan brought her hot tea and dry clothes, his sister's old jeans and a sweatshirt from his closet. She changed and sat quietly with Lily, who was delighted by the presence of a real-life princess. As the night fell, Ethan made her a simple dinner. "What now?" he finally asked. "I don't know," she said softly. "I just know I can't go back. My father chose the groom. It was a business merger, not a marriage. He's furious right now. I'm probably all over the news. But I'd rather be hated for walking away than trapped forever." Ethan nodded slowly. "I get it. People make choices for us, and then expect us to live with them like we had a say. I was 17 when Lily was born. Her mom left before she turned 2. Everyone said I should have given her up, let someone else raise her. But I made my own choice. I stayed." Aurora's eyes glistened, this time not with sorrow, but something like admiration. That night, she slept on the pull-out bed in the flower shop storage room, surrounded by the scent of roses and freedom. Over the next few days, Ethan taught Aurora how to live like someone normal. She worked in the shop, made deliveries, and learned how to tie flower bundles. She laughed more often. Lily adored her. They baked cookies together, played board games, and built pillow forts in the living room. It felt like a fairy tale, only the kind written by real people, with real scars and soft victories. But the fantasy couldn't last forever. One morning, Ethan stepped outside to find two black SUVs parked across the street. A man in a crisp suit stood in the rain, looking right at the shop. Sterling security. Inside, Aurora saw them too. Her face fell. They found me. Ethan's jaw clenched. Then we don't let them take you.